Okay, so we're looking at line of best fit, and think about the name, line of best fit. So it is what it is in the name. It's a line drawn, and it fits the best. So a line that fits information the best, that fits, if we have a bunch of points plotted, so if we have a scatter plot, for example, here's my data, we're gonna be talking about this today. I would draw a line that fits the point the best. So it is a straight line through a scatter plot. So it's a straight line through a scatter plot that shows a pattern. Okay, we're gonna be looking at trends and patterns, and the line should have roughly an equal number of points on each side. This is what's important, and spreads out the points. So if I drew a line like this here, do you think that's a good line of best fit? Why? Yep, exactly. There should be an equal number of points on each side. So a good line would be roughly, and it's better if you do this with a ruler, maybe a little higher than that actually, sorry. This is hard to do. That looks like a reasonable line of best fit, right? I have the same number of points roughly on each side, and it's as close to the points as possible. So if you want to add that, as close to the points as possible. It's farther from the line. So this is positive, we know, because it's rising to the right. And we would say it's more on the weaker side because the points are not as close to the line, which means there's not a stronger relationship in whatever the data is here. Okay, what about for B? Positive or negative? Good, negative. And what would you say about this one? Is it a strong correlation or weak? Yeah, we would say this one's stronger. Okay, because the points are closer to the line, which means that there's going to be more of a direct relationship between the variables. C, positive or negative? Negative and yeah, this one's even stronger, okay, because the points are even closer together. There is no correlation for this one because the points are actually just all scattered around. So we wouldn't be able to look for a pattern or a trend in that data. So in the data you were given, you were looking at hours of TV watched. Okay, so this was plotted on the x-axis, and the y-axis had the marks or the test scores, and it was a percentage. Okay, so you picked a scale of 0. For the y-axis, you counted by 5s. Good. Okay, should have extended this to 100 because someone. Okay, and then the x-axis, we're counting by 1s. Looking at this graph, would you say that according to this data, this was a survey that was done for students, according to this data, out of the 10 students that they surveyed, would you say that there is a strong relationship between hours of TV watched and your grade? Yes. According to this, yes. Okay, we would say this is strong. And is the correlation positive or negative? Negative, okay, because the line that we drew, the line of best fit, is falling to the right. And do you think this is a good line of best fit that was drawn? Yes. Okay. There's an the line is as close to the points as possible, and there's points on each side of the line, and it's spread out evenly. Okay. So what that means is that what is the trend in this data then? What is the pattern that we found from this data? Okay. So as hours of TV watched is increasing. Okay, as it's increasing, what's happening to their grades? They're decreasing. So this is the relationship. As hours of TV watched increases, the grade will decrease. Yes, to add that. These were hours they watched daily. That's important as well, okay? To calculate or estimate a value between known values. So these are the values that we know right here, all of these points, right? We're going to estimate some information in between these known values. So because we've drawn our line of best fit, we can now choose a point on the line. So I want everyone to pick a point on the line. Okay, so I'm going to choose this point right here. Okay, you choose any point on your line, and I want you to indicate where it is. Then I want you to tell me what that coordinate is, where that point is located. So if you have a ruler, you can line up your ruler here, and then you can line it up here. So where is my point located? So the point I chose is located at 1.5 and 85. What does that mean? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just estimating something based on my data. So I just chose a point and I'm interpolating. It's between values that I know. I can make a prediction based on this trend. So I would say that according to this trend, if somebody were to watch 1.5 hours of TV, that's my X value, they would probably get a mark of, why is my mark? 85%. Okay, I'm just making a prediction based on this trend. Does that make sense so far? Can someone tell me what point they chose? Okay, Patrick chose the point 4, and on this line it would be at 4 and 65. Okay, it's a little off just because the way you drew your line, it's not wrong. 4 and 65. So if somebody watched 4 hours of TV, their mark would approximately be around 65%. Is this still going with my trend? As the hours increase, their mark drops. Okay, this is interpolating the information. Now we're going to extrapolate. So let's look up the definition of extrapolate. Okay, so to extrapolate is to go beyond. Going beyond the values already known. So what do you think I'm going to do with my line if I need to go beyond what's known? So I want you to take a ruler. I want you to extend your graph. Yes? Liam? Okay, so I'm going to extend my graph. So I need to have enough space here. And I'm going to take the line. I'm going to take a ruler. I'll just use this one here. And I'm going to extend the line. Okay, you must use a ruler. I don't have one here. Okay, so now that I've extended my line, I'm able to go beyond the data that was given. This was the data that was given, remember? Now that I've extended my graph, I can go beyond that. So I'm just going to pick any point here. Let's choose this point. And I need to figure out where that point is located. So I have to make sure this would be 5, 6, 7, 8, and then who can tell me where the point is located that I just chose on the graph? Point is located at 7 and 40. Okay, so I just was able, by extending the graph that says 40, I don't know if you can see that, I just found some more information. I can make another prediction about this trend. What did I just find? What does that point represent? Good, so according to the trend, if we were to follow this pattern, if I was a student that watched 7 hours of TV in one day, maybe my mark would be around a 40%, okay?
Made with Doodlecast Pro.